start a little bit early today. Oops. Oops. Oopsie poopsie, I forgot something. Wait, what? Bruva Albathasa is a channel member? What? I gotta become a channel member for him too. Okay, I forgot what I was doing. Nope, I remember now. So what I need to do is set up a Discord link, because it gives an outdated one, for like maybe the one person who might want to join when it puts out the link. I always forget to do that. Actually, no, I'm pretty good at remembering now that I think about it. Edit, paste, submit. Alright, it's good to go. Okay, so my goals for today are to level up my pet skills. Because I haven't done that in a while. And in order to do that, I need to go out and tame pets. And then feed them food and shit until they learn the skills. So, hola, hello hero, hi man, hello there Ashley, new channel member. A new member, nice. You see, for this channel they actually get something good for that. They get early videos. Maybe I should set something up like that on my Yu-Gi-Oh channel. Currently, I think I have channel members, I just don't have any like rewards for them. No, I think I set it up, but I just never did anything with that. Hello there. Why is he streaming instead of Twitch or Mixer? Oh my god. I forgot what I was doing. Let me go turn in this quest real quick. Actually, I have a couple of quests I can turn in. I have 4 quests I can turn in. Whoa. I forgot, last time I played this, I was in the middle of turning quests in. Now, I'm pretty sure I have the 5 gold in order to get my 3rd slot. So I don't need to keep the pets in my thing anymore. And greetings, friend. I've been expecting these creatures you face. They are an ancient threat that the Horde considers to choose to ignore. The Zukin are no more than threats to our people. Whoa, restores 4 mana per 5 seconds? That's legit. Will it let me put it on? 3 strength, 9 agility. It's not gonna let me put it on. Zygord notification. Damn it, I'm gonna have to turn off the gear advisor so I can wear it. Clear declined items. Suggestions, auto-equip recommended gear. Enable idle, I'll just turn it off. So I can get 4 mana every 5 seconds in place of all of that intellect and spirit, which is probably not worth it. Hero, did you stop doing the villain series all along? Nope, it's still going. 60 yet? Almost. Hey Hero, first time in your stream. What's up, yo man? Did you not like BFA, sir? No, I play BFA all the time. The only time I really get to play Classic is when I'm streaming.
Speak, friend.
Necklace recovery. No, wait. Ripple recovery.
May your blades never dull.
I just gotta talk to this dude right here. Ripple recovery. Located in the hinterlands. Turn in a grim discovery next. As you get on level classic, then again I remember it gets stale pretty fast. I mean, it is an old game. It really only appeals to a certain kind of player. They've definitely made a lot of improvements to the game over the years. I expect you to mention the Cataclysm heirloom rings in your last video. The Cataclysm heirloom rings? What are those? That video, like, I've made a whole bunch of videos in the past about things that weren't added to the game. That video is just kind of like all the ones that were left. Things that didn't really fit into the categories of the other videos I made. Held in the offhand. This one gives me 10 attack power. What? Accept betrayal. Turn in a strange request. While I'm over here, I should head over to... I kind of want to get rid of mining. I don't really use it. I really want to pick up... whatchamacallit? I want to pick up not jewel crafting. Engineering? This seems like such a waste. Because I'm still leveling up. If you don't have 2 gathering professions when you're leveling up, you're doing something wrong. But it's so much more fun to have one that you can level while you're doing other things, you know? Would you like to sell these 2 things? I'll sell the new one I just got. Turn in a strange request. This one requires me to go to the Cleft of Shadows. I should go stable this pet. You know, I'll just buy the extra stable slot just for reassurance.
Hello, man.
Okay.
Stay away.
What do you think about 8.3 so far? I've been having a lot of fun with it. But I haven't been like trying to complete all the dailies every day, which is why I've probably been having more fun than other people. I found like everyone who complains about it generally does so because they like came into some bugs or because of the dailies being annoying. And as someone who has never tried to complete all the dailies in a day or just skip the annoying ones, you know, I haven't really been having any problems. But they were never added to the game, sadly. I didn't know that. That's actually kind of rare that there's something they added to the game files that I didn't know about. I've made so many videos on this, I would assumed it would have come up in my research at least once. A strange request. Blah 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 blah. Return to the witch doctor in Feralis. That guy's a traitor. Spiders are the best pets. You know, one of the things that I'm really excited about if they go into Burning Crusade is like the pets have so much better special abilities in BC. Especially Wrath. Wrath was like the golden age of pet special abilities. I really want to play a Wrath or TBC server because the pets are just so much better than they are Classic. Classic is so bare bones. It's a kind of more like a maintenance game than it is a fun game of, you know, getting pets for their stats and everything. It's alright, but it gets tedious pretty fast. But in BC and Wrath, the pets, you know, the hunter pets specifically, they have so many different special abilities. It's fun. You can actually like play around with them instead of only some pets having special abilities, and most of them are useless. Why am I talking to a mage trainer? Oh, because I have this orb.
Stay away from.
Alright, that's it for all the quests I was going to do. I'm going to turn off my leveling guide and then look for which pet I need to get next. Play retail, bro? I play retail all the time. They were based in classic rings found in vanilla? What? That sounds cool. Ugh. What excites me more about the possibility BC servers, they can do a very good Burning Crusade presentation trailer this BlizzCon instead of the original crappy one. Probably. I wish there was a way to make my chat bigger without having to expand it. You think we'll be getting BFA Classic 15 years from now? No, there's no way. That's crazy. Okay, in order to level up my pet's bite ability, I'm currently level 48, and my pet is level 47, and the skills he has... Ooh, how much honor do I have? Ooh, I'm a scout. Beast training. Beast training. There it is. Oh, it's probably better for me to go over to my pet. There we go. Now I can see it. So I have bite rank 4, which you can get at level 24. I'm a little bit behind on leveling that up. So it looks like I can probably get it up to rank 6. Pet level 40. Because bite level 7 requires level 48. I am, Oh, I can get rank 7. Huh. Huh. I should probably do that. Okay, rank 7. That requires going to the Searing Gorge for the lowest level 1, and I have to tame a spider. A rare spider named Rectic. I have to hunt down a rare spider if I want to learn it at this level. You know, I'm not above doing that. I don't mind hunting this down. That sounds like kind of a pain in the ass, though. Let me see. How do I update my dive ability? I'll look into that next to see if maybe this is a little bit more reasonable. Let's see. Dive. I can upgrade it at level 50 to its last rank. Okay. I can update it now at level 40 to rank 2, which is a little bit faster. Okay, I guess I'll do that. Let's see. Tanaris, Feralis. I do have a port to Feralis. No, it's to Camp Mohaje, which is in the Barrens. No, that's not it. Where the fuck is Camp Mohaje? Oh, it's in Feralis, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so it says in Feralis there's a couple of pets I can tame, which will give me rank 2. So there's the Veil Screecher, which seems to be a normal, non-rare thing, and there's also the Rogue Veil Screecher. And that's it, just those two. No, and also the Asha, it looks like it's a rare. I'm not gonna hunt down a rare. So just a Veil Screecher. That's where they're located? Okay, I can do that. Alright. So that's to upgrade his dive to rank 2. Now, if I want to upgrade Growl, I think that just updates automatically. I don't gotta do anything for that. What about Screech? How do I update Screech? Currently I have Screech at rank 2. Rank 3 is level at 48 in Fellwood by taming an Iron Beak Owl. Where is Fellwood located? Is that near Feralis? So, Feralis... No, Fellwood is all the way in the hell up here. Oh boy. Well, Screech, that's for rank 3. Rank 4 is at level 46. 56. 56. I'm at level 48, so that's not going to be for a while. Okay, I guess I'll go update Screech first. I'm on my way over to Fellwood. Oh boy, fastest way to Fellwood. Leveling, I'll just open up a guide for Fellwood. It'll send me there. Don't even know basic geography. Basic geography of World of Warcraft, you mean? You just walk there, SMH. Can I get a guy banned for death roll scamming me? What? I don't know what that means. Okay, so I'm heading over to Fellwood to tame an Ironbeak owl. Ironbeak owl. What do owls eat? Because I need to get him up to friendly. So I need to buy food preemptively. What is the diet of owls? I don't know. Let me check. Owls, they eat meat. Oh, thank God, I have meat in my bags. Really? Owls eat meat? I guess that makes sense. Let me go buy some more meat first, though. Actually, the meat was down here, I think. Smite Priest was amazing. What about Smite Priest? I'm gonna buy some of the highest quality meat, some roasted quail. Let's feed him while I'm on my way over to put him in the stables. Since the stables are located back here in the Valley of Honor. You know, I'm sure on my way over to Fellwood I can find a stable master. I'm just gonna do it now. Hi, how you been doing? Been following since I was a small whelp. Hello, Eligos. How am I doing? I don't know. I don't really think about that. I'm not used to people asking me that question. Owls are raptor birds, apparently, with their diet. Okay, I just gotta make my way over to Fellwood, and then I'll be good to go. I don't know how I feel about Shadowlands. Shadowlands seems neat. I'd take any doomsaying with a grain of salt. Head over to Camp Mojache. No. Wrath had a lot of good and bad. Wrath was the golden age of WoW. I don't know. If Wrath was the golden age, how come there's no Wrath 2.0? Checkmate, atheists. Okay. So, I need to go to... I forgot. Fellwood. That's right. I need to go to Fellwood. If I load a guide to Fellwood, it will tell me how to get there in the shortest route. Owls eat mouses? Yeah, that's why I was like, well, you know what, that makes sense. I never played into Legion, but I remember a friend of mine played a Hunter in Vanilla. He said he liked Wind Serpents just because they have a ranged attack and don't die to AoE. Yeah, Wind Serpents were a very popular pet in BC when they actually made them viable. In in Vanilla WoW, they're kind of a gimmick. They're not super good. I don't even know if they have the ranged attack. They probably do, it's just not good. like it is in BC. And I think it was only made good in BC because of the talent that gives your pet focus whenever you crit. Still playing Classic. Basically, I play Classic whenever I'm streaming. Real question is how you level up your hunter abilities. You tame the pet, and then you just kill shit with it until it says you learn the ability. You have to go out and tame specific pets who know the abilities, though. You can't just tame any owl. You have to tame, like, specific owls or specific wind serpents and shit.
Strength and honor.
Because it's Classic WoW, and they like to make things inconvenient. Confession, I want Mr. Pandaria server. Never played it live, but tried a faulty private server, and Quest and Retail Pandaria was amazing. Also, I want to try a Smite Priest. Oh, that's what the Smite Priest. Yeah, I played a Smite Priest. It did some decent damage. Shadow Priest still did more, though. Ooh, hello there. Ooh. I never liked how the wolf mounts wobbled around. Do they? I don't think I've ever noticed. By the way, anyone else think Wrathion looks badass AF in the Inazoth cinematic? Yeah, he's pretty cool. Rathion's like my favorite lore character, though. So I'm kind of biased on that. If they just had a cinematic of him sneezing, I'd probably like it. What happens if you die in Shadowlands? Do you go to Shadowlands? When you die in Shadowlands, you go to the Maw. I think that's what they said happens. Gosh, don't you know anything, Welts? Oh, Felwood's not that far away. I'm gonna follow the road over there, but that's pretty close. Wrath was the beginning of the end of WoW. Yeah, I mean, that's what everyone says about vanilla WoW, too. Y'all gotta remember, in every single expansion, people bitched about the expansion while it was current content. People look back fondly on Mista Pandaria, strangely enough, and they completely forget just how much everyone hated it. People just constantly talk shit about everything in Mista Pandaria. And yet it's actually remembered fondly nowadays. How crazy is that? There's even people who are saying WoD wasn't that big a deal. No, I think that's the only one where people still have a negative opinion on it. I really want to make a... I'm going to work on a video. It's going to called like BFA and review. It's just going to go over everything in BFA except PvP, because I don't PvP. And just go over all the features and highlights and failures of the expansion. And I've never done a video like that before. So it's going to be a fun exercise in creativity. Making a video like that that's also entertaining. I have some pretty good videos to kind of base a model off of, but you know, coming up with good things about BFA, it's not that hard. There's lots of good nuggets of stuff in there. It's just people usually just focus on the bad stuff. Kind of like, you know, the new patch, for example. It's pretty good so far. I like the things in it. And I was kind of surprised to see people complaining about it. And then, like, what is it? The two biggest complaints were an anticlimactic final cinematic, which has nothing to do with gameplay, and daily quests being annoying. Which, you know, true. Some of those daily quests are annoying. And also, true, the ending cinematic could have been better. But like, those are the two biggest complaints that I see. And that's not even bad. And because of those, people are like losing their minds about the patch and everything. I think another one of the complaints is like, they announced all this cool new features for Shadowlands, but they're not in 8.3 yet. So that's not looking good for Shadowlands, which is kind of a surprising opinion. It makes sense, to an extent. Like, hey, they've realized all these things that are wrong with the game and they're gonna fix them. Why are they waiting till Shadowlands? Maybe they won't actually have these things in Shadowlands and they're gonna keep going with what we have now. That's certainly one way to look at it. The struggle of a student. Who's a student? Are you talking about WoD greater than BFA thing? Nope. I love the sexual tension between Wrathion and Anduin in the Stormwind cinematic. Yeah, of course you would. WoD was pretty good in my opinion. Endgame was fun. Yeah, like, if you just look about the highlights on Warlords of Draenor, it was a pretty fun expansion. And if you just ignore, the droughts of content, of new stuff being added, that was kind of the part people didn't like. Also, there's the selfie patch. People like to use that as an example of something bad with Warlords of Draenor. I think that's very disingenuous, though, whenever people bring that up as an example. Because sure, there was a major patch in which the only main feature was a selfie cam and a few minor things and Twitter integration. But the thing is, Blizzard had said beforehand that it was a minor patch, and that they were just going to try to go to the old model of just calling patches, a full 0.2, 0.3 instead of 0.5. Like they used to in Vanilla WoW. But people complained about it so much that they didn't do that. So that was the only modern day patch in which they put out a minor patch, with a full number. And then people kind of ignore that context and constantly talk about how, ooh, the selfie patch, worst patch of all time. When there was a full patch in Classic where they just introduced the voice chat that no one uses. Is this the owl I need? The Iron Beak Owl. Yes, it is, but I need a level 48 one. They're located around this area. What's your favorite part of BFA? I'm thinking about that. Probably the Jaina fight. That was top tier. Uh-oh. No, I don't want to fight. I don't have my pet. Not all Raven LFR hasn't come out yet, and there's supposed to be no updates till next expansion. Wait, what? What did I miss something? I can't play 0.3 yet. We'll be able to play... Wow, that's not for a long time. Do you think I will miss much? Yeah, you're gonna miss everything. I mean, you can still do it on LFR and stuff, but the best time to experience a new content is when it's fresh. If you come back and do it, it's all still gonna be there, but everyone has already done it. And you'll just be joining farm groups if you try to clear the raids on anything above LFR. But I mean, if you only do LFR anyway, then you'll just get fast groups with highly geared people who aren't really paying attention. Just the reason people left in Kata was them shifting things too little too late. I mean, Cataclysm, they gave people a lot of what they wanted, but it's more of a case of you think you do, but you don't. people thought they wanted harder dungeons, but actually the majority of people did not. So it really turned people off from them. Okay, I'm just looking for an owl. Where are you at, little owl? Howdy, Captain Bands a lot. Wilfum, you're the one who I put in the Shadow Realm, right? I was trying to look for your name in order to undo that. Seriously? Ten misses in a row. What the hell's this bullshit? Wilfam. I think that's the guy, right? He was just saying a bunch of weird stuff in Meme Channel. But I wasn't really sure what he was talking about. So I just put him in a temporary timeout, but I haven't been able to find his name to take it off. I think, you know, rightfully so. He thinks he was probably banned or something. And you banned for that reason? You weren't banned. You were just saying a lot of weird things. I don't remember what it was, though. I was gonna remove it quickly, but I couldn't find your name. Uh-oh, I'm getting chased by a wolf. He's too powerful. I don't know. I forgot what it was. Apparently it was enough to get him banned, though. Not banned, timeouted. It just stopped him from sending messages, that's all it does. And then I was gonna look back at it later, and then I just forgot, because it wasn't a big deal. It seems like he's very angry at that, though. Oh well. That's, reasonable behavior, I guess. Maybe that's why I shadow banned him. Maybe he was being really aggressive. I don't remember what it was. It wasn't really a big deal. To me, anyway. It could have meant the world to him, though. Okay, finally found one at level 48. I should probably pull out my beast taming. Here we go. Right, there's no tracker in this game. Who? Voice chat was added to the game in Burning Crusade patch 2.2. Nobody complained because most of us hadn't even set foot in Black Temple at the time yet. Was it Burning Crusade? Oh my god, this guy seriously just stunned me. Can I train up a higher rank? Do I have a higher rank than this and I'm just using a lower rank? Yup. Can I train a higher rank? No, rank 3 is learned at level 60. Okay, I got him. Let me heal myself up first, just in case I get attacked. I kind of wish the Vicryl get added as an allied race for ally. They look so cool and strong. The Vicryl are just like big humans. Who wants to play a human? Apparently lots of people do. I just need to feed him real quick. First aid, what happened to me? How do I edit chat channels? Settings, voice chat, not voice chat. Local defense, general. Macros, say. Is there any way to edit what gets seen here? Interface options, social. Accessibility, combat, I don't know. I want to see like how much happiness my pet is getting. I think I hit it at some point. I don't know how to unhide it. I appreciate your content. Always looking forward to it. Keep it coming. Why, thank you, Tor. Free Wilfum. I mean, with how aggressive he was being in chat right now, I'd assume if I unmuted him in the Discord, he'd probably just break the rules on purpose out of spite. So at this case, you know, he handled getting silenced pretty poorly, so unsilencing him is probably not a good idea. If anything, he probably deserves it now retroactively. Okay. Now I just need to kill some stuff with my new pet in order to learn Screech rank 3. Wow, I learned it immediately. Holy shit. Okay. Also, orcs are just steroid addicts humans. Orcs are, they're like the humans of the Horde. Well, not really. Humans of the Horde would be blood elves. People actually like blood elves. You have learned a new spell, Screech rank 3. Cool beans. He also knows dive? Dive rank 2? Wasn't I trying to get dive too? Okay, in order to get bite, I need to tame a Rectilac. In order to get dive, I was gonna go to Feralis to learn dive rank 2. But it looks like I can learn it from this owl as well, huh? Killing two birds with one stone. Neat. Wait, if this guy knows Screech, and he knows dive, why do I need my carrion bird? An owl looks better. I should just keep this pet. He doesn't have the training points though. You have learned dive rank 2. I can't learn dive rank 3 until level 50. That's 2 levels away. The Veil Screecher, I don't need to learn that if I'm not trying to learn dive rank 2. What ability does the owl know? It knows claw. I don't like claw, I like bite. That's why I'm using the Karen bird. Okay, time to go hunt down that rare spider. So now I need to head over to the Searing Gorge. How do I get to the Searing Gorge? But I need to get there to hunt down a spider. So, time to open this up. Look for a guide that sends me to the Searing Gorge. Here we go. Searing Gorge. Earth to Camp Mohajé. I think it'd probably be more prudent for me to just run to the nearest flight master, which is up there. Unless I don't have any connecting flight points there. Either way. Okay. Humans are boring. They are. Oh, that reminds me. Vicryl are not just humans, they're the humans, probably can overpower orcs. I mean, Vicryls are just like failed Titan experiments, basically. They're not even that big a deal. Just joined. Who got timed out for being aggressive? I forgot his name. I need to name my owl something while I control him for a little bit. Whoever's the next person to donate or become a channel member, I'll name my owl after them. Which will probably mean his name's gonna be Owl until I get rid of him. Yokir, what kind of bags do you have? You seem to have a lot of free space as a hunter. That's because I just emptied them. My bags are not very special. Oh, I had another journeyman bag? Okay. Heliodoro Viaso. It looks like you're gonna be the name of my owl. Someone named Owl should donate. Is he on a PvP server? No. I don't think streaming on a PvP server is a very good idea. Heliodoro. Here we go. Is playing on ATS US. Crossroads connecting flight point, I believe. Yeah, this is the only flight point in this zone. Geesh, these things are kind of getting high level. Oh boy. Oh boy, I don't know how to actually get here. Save me, Elder. Ooh, I gained 50 reputation with the Horde. I don't know actually how to get here. Learn the flight point. Stop attacking me. Close enough to name pronunciation. The H is silent. Heliodoro. But Helio, that means the sun goddess. The sun god. Go north? Is it more up to the north? Maybe. I mean, I'm obviously not finding it over here. Go up until you see the little creek. Okay. What addon are you using? I'm using Zygor. Whatchamacallit? Someone brought up Vicryl. That reminds me of this, this little thought I was having. That I was thinking about turning into a dumb video. Where, you know, there's people who complain. Complain's not the right word for it. There's people who think other people who play female characters in video games are weird. Because, you know, why else would you be playing a female character if you didn't want to be female yourself? Which is probably true for some people. But I wouldn't assume that's the case on the majority. And I always thought that kind of mentality was kind of, you know, dumb. Because I play a lot of female characters. Half my characters are like female blood elves. So I was like, I've never once thought, you know, I wanted to be a girl, that's why I'm playing them. You know, I just want to play an attractive race. And that was kind of the end of it. And then at the BlizzCon 2019, when they announced Shadowlands, and all of the new customization options for humans, you know, you could be the race that you are IRL as a human in game. And there were so many people who were so happy about that it kind of like, you know, put 2 and 2 together for me. You know, when I first saw the announcement, I was like, oh, that's neat, I guess. I don't really give a shit. And then so many people were super happy about it and writing a whole bunch of things about, wow, that's so great. I can finally play a character who looks like me in game. And I always, you know, I just didn't think too much of it. And then it kind of reminded me of people who, you know, give people crap for playing female characters in games. And I was like, you know, I've never thought of myself as my game character. I've never once projected myself onto a game, you know, a person I play in a video game. They're just video game characters who I sometimes dress up with transmog and stuff. It's cool if they look cool, but I don't see myself in them at all. So, you know, having character customizations that make them look like me is something that doesn't appeal to me because it's not something I ever do. However, with how many people were happy that they could play a character that looks like them in game, I think I'm probably in the minority on this, and that most people do project themselves onto their characters. A lot of people do, you know, think of their game characters as an extension of themselves. And because they do, they probably assume everyone else does as well. And if everyone else does, then if you're playing a female character, then you just secretly want to be a female. And you're kind of weird for playing female characters. And I think that's where that mentality comes from. Is the people who do project themselves onto their players. They're probably the same people who think you're weird for playing a female character. And it makes sense. Usually those kinds of people are also the ones who are super into transmog and, you know, gearing out their characters to look cool and everything. I don't really care about any of that. But it was just a neat little put 2 and 2 together. Get into other people's mindsets. Can we see your gear? My gear right now is ugly. I see the character as myself. My Zandalari troll is the same hairstyle and similar hair colors I have in real life. I don't have any tusks though. Now the thing is, I know a lot of people who like seriously like project themselves onto their characters. Or, you know, their characters are like idealized versions of what they want themselves to be. Or they just have like stories for all of their characters. There are some people who take their characters very seriously. I don't. So, you know, all of these kinds of mindsets were kind of foreign to me. I play a lot of Blood Elf females because they look good. Not because I think of them as myself. I mean, I have read stories about people who were trans who played, you know, other gender characters in the game,
I wonder
and they
how
liked
many
it.
people named their sim themselves 10 minutes later burning in their kitchen. Guess we're having takeout tonight, huh? Face
Wait, what?
with tears of joy, face with tears of joy, face with tears of joy.
Tears of joy. I wonder how many people named their sims themselves 10 minutes later burning in their kitchen. Guess we're having takeout tonight. I mean, Sims is a very popular game for, I assume, those kinds of reasons. Like, there's lots of people who build, like, their idealized things in Sims as well. It's a pretty widespread concept that I've just never participated in, so I just totally didn't think it was a thing. Also, I should warn you guys, I have dogs. They're a little quiet. Occasionally you might hear them bark in the background, though. It's really soft. Can't even hear a thing. I'm gonna go see what they're barking at, though. Okay, I'm back. I had to let him outside, too. Does anyone know the lore behind the worm Huntard? You see, it's a clever play on words for the term hunter and the R word. You know, it's a derogatory term, which means a dumb hunter. Generally come about because hunter was the easy class to play in vanilla. It was the class lots of bots played as well. And because hunters had the widest range of weapons they could use. You know, and also a wide range of items they could use, as they could wear everything except plate. So hunters were notorious for, you know, being new players, being bots, and for needing on all the gear and raids. Breed? I don't know what the breeds are. They're both mutts. Blood pig. There were bones everywhere. Ride the Zeppelin to Gromgol base camp. Okie dokie. I'm on my way to go hunt a rare spider. Oh, god damn it. Seriously? I can make it. Nope. Sure as hell cannot. I guess I'm gonna go wait for 5 minutes for it to come back. Speaking of hero doggos, how is Mr. Lucky doing? He is doing much better. He wasn't doing so good a week ago. But, well, I guess he got lucky. He's no longer in danger of dying, at least. Okay, time to wait 5 minutes for it to come back. Ugh. Get wrecked. Is a spider a rare spawn or just hired to find rare? I have no idea. I hope I find it easily though, because I want to be hunting down this spider. For the next 10,000 years. Here, do you like fishing in real life, and what's the biggest you've caught? I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan of fishing. I have gone fishing before. A couple times. I don't think I caught anything big though. I just remember it was really boring. And that's because I was going with, like, in every case it was probably with a group for maybe a camp or something. It was in situations where I wasn't really there by myself. If I could go fishing by myself, you know, just have like an audiobook on while I do it, I think that could be pretty fun. Although, you know, I don't like fish. I don't want to have to touch them or the bait or anything. There's lots of other things I could do instead. You know, that would just be peaceful and quiet without having to catch fish. Because I don't like fish. I don't like eating fish. I don't want to have to release them either. Fishing in real life, meh. Gaming fishing? Yeah, like fishing in the video game would probably be better as well. I remember for a video, like, it was in a video on the easiest to obtain mounts, and one of them was just to, like, fish up 200 dagger maws in the Dark Moon Fair. And I went over to start fishing just to get a little bit of footage, and I put on an anime to watch while I did the fishing. And I got kind of caught up in the anime, and the fishing was so easy that I just kept doing it. And then 4 hours later, I had enough for the mount. I had no plan on actually getting the mount. I was just going to do the fishing just for a little bit of footage. And, you know, it was a nice, fun, relaxing time. And I was able to get all of them within 4 hours. And I got them out. Best lazy farms. Ooh, I like that. I wish retail WoW had fishing hub like Mamba did. A fishing hub? What's that? I meant like the current content? What? Do you consider yourself a hardcore WoW player or something like a semi-casual? I'm pretty firmly just a casual player. I don't really push any hard content. I have carpal tunnel. My hand is messed up. I can't really do hardcore content anymore. Not that I was doing that before I messed up my hand. But I'm pretty casual now. The Anglers faction, for example, in Pandaria, I assume that's what he meant. The Anglers faction, that was real easy to farm out and required almost no fishing. Carpal tunnel, what's that? It just means my hand is weak. What country are you from? I'm from the US. This music is making me melancholy. Have fun, everyone. This music's making you bored and depressed to be bored. Making you remember bored times? I don't know. Maybe I'm getting the definition of melancholy wrong. No. talk to Thrasta, fly to Kargath. What I like about Gromgull is there's a hunter trainer here. It was pretty neat leveling up in Stranglethorn because of the readily available hunter trainer over here.
Lotus.
Not that I want to learn anything new. Ooh, a new aspect of the beat hawk. That's pretty neat. Ooh, a new viper sting. How boring and unnecessary. Disengage sucks. All these other things suck. Garbage. Don't need to waste my gold. Let's see here. Blah, 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 blah. Rank 5. Oops, accidentally turned off aspect of the cheetah. I'm too busy in life to do hardcore often, too busy to even do casual. Yeah. Like, you know, if I wanted to do hardcore stuff, I could just make time for it. How do I have a flight point to Kargath? I've never been there before. Have I? I might have. I might have been there before. I just don't remember going there. Do you have anything against people who fall in love with objects and are attracted to them? Yes, that's something I think about every day. Grr, those people. Kind of reminds me of like people who fall in love with like idols or celebrities. You know, they're never going to return your love. But yet it still happens anyway. And if anything, some of those professions are reliant a little bit on those kinds of things. What do you think about Poland? I don't think about other countries. Hello, Uwu. Hello there, please recharge. Here, have you ever met Kakyo in real life? No, I don't know if Kakyo is actually real. You know, I've never seen him with my own eyes. No one else has seen him. How does it mean he's real? God, I despise them too. Would have been pretty good. For your first... It's not my first. But are you two good friends on the internet? I don't have friends. Like, you know, all the interactions I have with Kakyo are probably in public spaces. So basically in his streams or in Discord servers. I generally just keep to myself and just do my own thing. And live a life of solitude. Did you see Barney Halloween RP video? No. What's that? Here, what raid boss do you hate most? Probably Queen Ajara. What server are you playing on? ATS US. I'm ready for Phase 3. Phase 3 is Blackwing Lair, right? Is there anything else with it? I think it's just Blackwing Lair. It was supposed to be Battlegrounds as well, but they pushed those out early because people were being huge assholes on PvP servers. If you could add one thing to Classic, what would it be? Just one thing? Probably Wrath of the Lich King pets. Because the classic ones, or pre-nerf pets. Like, we have the fixed versions of the pets right now where all the stats and their special abilities are normalized. I want, like, early vanilla where some pets were just miles better than others. You know, real classic, not balanced classic. Welcome to classic PvP. You know, with Blizzard keeping so close to authenticity in how vanilla servers were, they kind of can't recreate the experience of classic WoW, since that would require them to change things for private server people who had metagamed everything to the point where it's unfun to play with them. So if they really wanted world PvP content, they would have had to have incentivized it differently. But, you know, I'm saying all this, and I can't actually give any good examples of how I would do it. Maybe it's not possible. I'm not a game designer. I make YouTube videos for a living. Those are two very different things. Don't take game advice from a YouTuber. We don't actually know what we're talking about. It's kind of like, you know, don't take YouTube advice from a random commenter. They probably don't know what they're talking about. That's what hard data and facts are for. Not a chance to add to vanilla. He was a judge in a Halloween contest, and he had other YouTubers do the voiceovers for the contestants. The Burger King foot lettuce guy did a voiceover in it. Really? I've never heard of that before. That sounds neat. That smiley is way more angry than I intended. I think mentality for gaming in general has changed, so that's why classic is different. That's true as well, but also there's like a whole bunch of people who just play private servers religiously. And they've metagamed everything to the point where, you know, they just kind of make it unfun for everyone else. And because everyone else also copies them. Because, hey, if this people are doing it the best possible way, then we're going to do it as well. Because that's the best possible way. Like, there are some people on private servers. I heard stories of this guild who clears Heroic Lich King on a Wrath of the Lich King private server. And they clear Heroic Lich King every week. And they've been doing it for like the past 5 years. And they don't miss a single week. Everybody has their invincible mount. And they just keep doing it even though they don't need the gear and there's no reason for it. Every week they just keep clearing it. And it's like, what kind of people clear an old raid week after week for years on end for no reason? Like, there's no point in it. And it's like, well, private server people, that's who... there's just a certain kind of people that are attracted to those kinds of things, who absolutely love just clearing, you know, Heroic Lich King 300 times in a row. Like, you know, nothing gets their socks off more than clearing Heroic Lich King 300 times. They probably can't sleep unless they've cleared Heroic Lich King at least a couple times in the past month. They probably also, you know, do pug groups so they can just kill it even more. Like, there are people who just really enjoy that kind of content. Those are the kinds of people who, you know, Classic WoW was made for. They're not the majority. Games don't really work that way anymore. There's lots of conveniences added to games because that's what the, you know, people cater to the casual audience because that's where the big money is. That's where the majority of people are. But there's also a small subsect of people who clear Heroic Lich King 300 times in a row. Those are the kinds of people who, like, Classic WoW was made for. And they're also the same kinds of people who ruin it for all the casual players. Why are you calling private server humans stupid? Hey, I never gave a general statement. I avoid saying all private server people, just some. I have been very specific in saying, you know, subset, a small group, this one example. I'm not saying all of them. I am choosing my words pretty carefully here. But it's true. There is a small subset of private server people who clear heroic Lich King 300 times in a row. And it's those people who also found out the most efficient way to farm honor in a open world PvP is just to camp flight points, which ruin it for everyone else. How fast do you think Nax will be cleared when it's released? In the first week, probably. Okay, so spawn points. There's 2 spawn points. There's a spawn point over here. Let me go look for it. I'm looking for a spider called Rectilic. I should probably make a macro to look for it. Macros, Rectilic. Okay, good to go. When to go. Let me just adjust this over here. Open up my map. And a spawn point is over here. Actually, you know what? I should probably put this right here. That's not it. There on the top of your screen, what's it called? It's called Zygor. Crazy people? I wouldn't say crazy. They're just like, they have a unique personality, which makes it enjoyable for them to clear heroic Lich King 300 times in a row. You know, I don't find that fun. It would be hard pressed for me to find someone in my circle of influence that finds that fun, but there are people who do find that fun. And those are the kinds of people who are, you know, raiding Nax and everything. They've done the fights more times than you've done any fight in the game. So they're going to clear it instantly because they know the mechanics inside and out. They've had the practice to it. The other spawn points are over here. Not all, but most. I wouldn't even say it's most. A lot of people, like, I'd say most people who play private servers are just people who want to play WoW but can't pay for it. You know, like young people, poor college students, or just people in low-income countries. You know, that's a lot of people who play private servers. They just want to play WoW but they can't pay for it. There's also a subset of people who play it just because they don't want to pay for it. You know, they're just pirates. They pirate everything. They're not going to pay money for a video game every month. And then there's the people who, you know, clear heroic Lich King 300 times in a row. The people who just really love that kind of content. There's lots of different people in that community. You'll imagine playing WoW. I mean, yeah, who plays WoW? Nerd game for nerds. Am I right, nerds? This is a spawn point for the spider. I'm not finding it. I'm gonna go to one of its other spawn points. Those people are anime protagonists in real life. You know, I was kind of surprised to hear that there's people who do that. But at the same time, not really. It's like, I can totally see people doing that. But man, that does not sound fun to me. I don't know how they find it fun. People should just move after TBC or vanilla? Yeah, I think they should move on after Nax. That'd be great. Game in general has changed so much. Well, if those people enjoy to play that way, yeah, I mean, hey, if they're having fun, good for them. Like, my life philosophy is have fun with life. And if that's how they have fun, then good for them. They're having fun in a way that doesn't hurt anyone. That's literally like winning in my book. What the freak is going on here? I'm looking for a rare spider. Speaking of Nax, is Kel'Thuzad dead or alive in BFA? Kel'Thuzad is like Schrodinger's cat. He's both dead and alive. You can make assumptions based on him being either or. Why is this thing friendly to me? What you want from Raze? I have no idea who this person is. Maybe it's from a quest. Okay, another spawn point is over here. Straight ahead. I'm spamming my button which targets it. Okay, I'm back. Did I miss any juicy drama? You're not gonna find any drama in this chat. Classic WoW feels so empty right now. Yeah, you only have like the hardcore people who really like this kind of gameplay playing right now. All of the tourists have either left or have gone back to retail. And you just have the people who really enjoy this type of game playing right now. You missed me, Welts. See, you didn't miss anything. Ooh, fun fact. Nope, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a rare spider who is not at this spawn point. So time to go to the next one. You see these lifts right here? All of these lifts in the Syrian Gorge? These were inspired by Lord of the Rings. I don't know what from, though. I forgot. But these were put in the games as a direct reference to Lord of the Rings. Someone who is more well-versed in Lord of the Rings can probably tell me what it's a reference to, but that's why they're there. It's just a super direct reference. The orcs, like, I've read all the books of Lord of the Rings, and I've seen the movies, but I never really liked it very much. I just thought it was okay. People talk about it like it's the greatest thing ever, so of course I was going to read and watch all of them for myself so I can come to my own conclusions, and my conclusions were, it's alright. It's not that good. It's pretty generic, but only because I've seen and read so many other fantasy stories before Lord of the Rings, and everyone has pretty much copied Lord of the Rings to the point where, you know, it's generic because it created the generics. Ooh, is this the flight point? Oh, it's probably up there. Is this your highest level? Yep. Ugh, my throat. Why are you looking for a rare spider? So I can learn the highest level of bite. This is the lowest level spider who can teach me the bite at my level. Technically, I could just wait another 2 levels to learn it, or just learn a lower level one. But I want to learn it now. Where's my flight master at? Oh, here he is. What do you think of the Lord of the Ring inspired ending for the N'Zoth fight? I don't get the reference. Like, I saw the movies and read all the books, but I'm not an expert. I don't really care too much about Lord of the Rings, so, you know, if it's a reference, I'll believe you. If it's a direct reference, probably. WoW really loves Lord of the Rings. There's so many direct references to Lord of the Rings in these games.
You got my attention.
Okay, there is actually a spawn point over here for this. Like, literally in this area. I don't see it. I'm gonna go to the last spawn point. Reference, the Caverns of Isengard. Is it? Let me look that up.
Reference the Caverns of Isengard.
Uh-oh, after I'm out of danger, I'll look it up. Spinner Jerk isn't really an argument if you know it's OG. I know, I acknowledge that. It's kind of like why I didn't like Star Wars, you know, it's super generic. Or why I didn't like Evangelion, you know, super influential anime. Because it's pretty fucking weird, actually. It was generic too, but it was really just weird. They're just a couple of like OG things that created staples that I don't really like. But that's not the case for all of them. Like, I like JoJo, and I like Dragon Ball Z, and those are also OG things that created genres. Those are both good on their own. I think it's because I watched them when I was younger. I don't know how I watched JoJo when I was younger, though, but I read the manga early on. And Dragon Ball Z, I just watched that when I was a child. The next spawn point is over here. Okay, there's no spider. Damn it, there's no one in the Syrian Gorge. How is there no spawns? Do I know beast lore? Tameable meat. Sure, it's tameable, but that's not the spider I'm looking for. I'm looking for rectilic. Okay, time to go back to the original spawn point. See if he's there. Tower crumbling was the reference. The reference was the Caverns of Isengard. Let me look that up. Am I in combat? Is it still chasing me? It sure is. Okay, it's not chasing me anymore. Let's see. The Caverns of Isengard. Lord of the Ring, The Caverns of Isengard. I can probably bring this over here. Oops. No, don't full screen. Here we go. It's kind of dark. Oh, the Syrian Gorge. It's crazy to think Lord of the Rings came out before World of Warcraft. It almost feels like it just came out yesterday. But it obviously hadn't. We have some Lord of the Rings experts in chat. This is the Syrian Gorge, yep. So, now that the Lich King is destroyed, what happens to undead in the Scourge? Nothing? There's gonna be some... Actually, nothing's not the right word. The Scourge are gonna go crazy. That's gonna be a plot point for the upcoming pre-patch. For the Shadowlands pre-patch. Let's see, there's so many Lord of the Rings inspired games, stories, books at this point that it's not the greatest thing ever anymore. Yeah, it's been so heavily copied from. The thing is, like, I read and watched all the Lord of the Rings books in high school, though. So I was still technically young when I saw all that. The Glime Slide Dig Side. I just didn't like it very much. Like, have any of y'all read the Lord of the Rings books? There's so much singing. Half the book is just like people singing stupid bullshit songs. There are definitely people who like that. Like Nixium, for example. He loves the singing part of Lord of the Rings. Have you ever seen his like Lord of the Rings challenges? He's constantly singing while he is doing the Lord of the Rings inspired challenge, and that fits so close to the books that only book readers get it. Only book readers would understand just constant singing. There is some singing in the movies too, but nowhere near as much as the books. It's like every other page they're singing a full page song. Lots of aspects of Lord of the Rings are based on World War II. Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. Okay, he's not over here. Time to go to the next spawn point. Hero, can you make a short explanation of every major anime to non-anime viewers like me? Every major anime? No. I would have to just, there's too many. There's so many animes. That's like explaining every single major movie. There's a lot of movies. There's lots of iconic movies too. There's lots of classic movies. I don't know. If you're not into the anime, it's pretty easy to assume there's probably not that many. Most people when they think of anime, they probably think of just the most popular ones. So everything's like Naruto or Dragon Ball Z. But there's so many different ones that it's kind of like comparing all movies to Marvel movies because they're the most popular. All movies are just about superheroes. It's well, not true. There's movies about everything. It just happens to be that the most popular ones are about superheroes. Same with anime. Hiro, can you speak Japanese? No. I took 3 semesters of Japanese in college, and it was the hardest class I've ever taken. It was so hard, I actually just dropped out of school rather than having to retake it. Soldiers during World War II would sing to keep each other entertained. That would probably explain why there's so much singing in Lord of the Rings. Just an incessant amount of it. Here's the history of Lord of the Rings. The world was basically made by song. I mean, I'm sure there's reasons for the singing. What I'm trying to say is the singing was annoying, and I didn't like it. Just because there's reasons for it doesn't mean I'm gonna like it more if I learn those reasons. They had reasons in the book. They didn't really need to explain themselves. It was just annoying. Shit. I think I'm far enough away. Did you ever watch Elfen Lied? Yep. Man, I used to love that show. It was one of the first animes I watched. And it's a good thing too, because if I'd watched it now, I would have thought the show was garbage. But back then, it was amazing. I thought it was so sad and deep. And it's kind of neither of those things. But I was young and I didn't know any better. Are you interested in Shadowlands? Very much so. Elfin is weird as fuck? Yeah, it is. It's not that weird though. Naruto, bro. Naruto for short. What? Naruto? Naruto? Naruto. Naruto. I guess there is a correct way to say it. I've just never been corrected on my pronunciation of Naruto before. That's a new one. Is Valinor and Heaven with Bilbo and Frodo went the same? I don't know. Pet Week, let's go. Alright, it is Pet Battle Week. But it's also the first week of raiding. Terra for Mars. What about that? Isn't that the weird one with the cockroaches? like a whole several pages. What? I'm on the same page with you. Hate singing in books as you would lost like whole pages and singing parts. Dude, Lord of the Rings. Several pages of singing. There's so much of it. If you love singing in books, you'll love Lord of the Rings. If you don't like singing in books, you know, just ignore the singing parts in Lord of the Rings. You won't miss any story. It's very frivolous. Like, they definitely have points of lore and character building and some emotion in it, but it's a stupid singing. Hey, buddy, what's up there, Steppa? I think it's hard to actually sing songs from books since it's hard to tell how they're singing. Well, if it's a movie, you kind of hear the rhythm or what it's called. I read all of the Lord of the Rings books through audio, with audio books, and the narrator sung the songs how I assume they were supposed to be sung. You know, rhyming here or there, singing them in tune. It was still annoying. Like, if you ever watch one of Nixium's Lord of the Rings leveling challenges, he sings in all of those too, because it's very faithful to the books. And he sings in the same tone that you're supposed to sing them in. Why are these things fighting each other? Also, where's my rare mount? Where is my rare spawn point? Why is there so many people leveling in the Syrian Gorge? Isn't this game supposed to be dead? Go away, you. Except how the dwarves lost their mountain. That's not important. If it was super important, they should have just told it like normal people instead of singing a stupid song about it. What add-ons do you have? Type in ! addons. It'll give you 2 videos I made that goes over all of them. Terraform Mars. First season is amazing. Yes, it is. Yeah, it's the cockroach thing. It's about people who put cockroaches on Mars to see if they could live there because they tried to terraform it. And cockroaches are the most survivable insect they can think of. So they put them there to see, hey, maybe they can survive. They'll be good test subjects. And then they go back there a couple years later to check on them, and the cockroaches have evolved into gigantic monsters who have like superhuman levels of strength, and they just murder all the astronauts. And then they make their way back to Earth and invade, because they're also super intelligent as well. That's Terraform Mars. It's cockroaches that super evolved because of radiation or something with Mars or whatever. Hello, hero. Hey, look, it's Kakio. We were just talking about you earlier, Kakio. People were asking me if we were friends or not. And I told them, like, I don't have any friends. And I'm not sure if Kakio's a real person because I've never seen him before. Hero, do you think mecha gnomes think in binary numbers? Probably, if they're robots. Back before there was internet, radio, and TV, people sang, man, those poor people. I remember when I transferred to a new middle school, they were trying to put me whatever electives were just left over. And I was talking to my counselor, and there was like 2 classes that I could take. And they were the only 2 classes available that just had spots open. One of them was choir, and the other one was advanced art, which required you to have the prereq of, you know, Art 101. And the advisor just kept going on and on about choir and how they sing songs and they go on trips. And I was like, I don't want to join choir. I don't want to sing. And he just kept going on and on about it, trying to sell it. And eventually, I mustered up the courage and was like, I've taken Art 101. I can take the advanced course. And they looked at my script. He's like, oh, okay. And then he signed me up for it. Because I think I was a little bit of a shy boy in middle school. And only middle school. I got over that in high school, and I wasn't like that at all in elementary. So I just let him go on this huge old selling pitch about how great choir would be. I was just like, I'm not doing that. I think that sounds very reasonable. Effing furry. Are you talking about Kakio? Kakio once told me that he's not a furry, so I believe him, I guess. It was just one day he sent me a message. He's like, I'm not a furry, you know. And I was like, okay, if you say so. Art, oh God, please no. Hey, I practiced so much with my drawings from like grade school all the way to high school before I eventually gave up because I just don't have any talent. So I took all of the art classes in middle school and high school. I have a very good foundation for art. That's why I know for a fact that I'm not good at it. Which, you know, only really comes into play when I'm talking to other artists. They always talk about how bad they were at first too, and how you just have to keep practicing and you'll get good at it eventually. And it's only ever artists who like have talent in it that say that. They just don't know that they have talent. Because they don't know what it's like to not have artistic talent. So whenever I tell them I gave up on it, they just assumed I tried once or twice, wasn't good, and then gave up. And it's like, no. I practiced for years. I took every single class that was available to me before I finally gave up. Like, you can't really try harder than I did. They're like, no, you just have to practice some more. That's all it takes is more practice. It's like, no. That's not how it works. You need some kind of baseline of talent for it. I should know. I have athletic talent. When it came to sports, if we were doing one-on-one drills, I would win every time against normal people. There were a couple of talented people, too, who I had to try really hard against. But, you know, if I didn't go against them, I would win easily every single time. Hey, look. These guys are strong as hell. And I assume it's the same for having artistic talent. You're just much better than normal people at it without having to try as hard. And if you do try hard, you get even better. Are goats and octopi considered furry? Yes. Don't listen to Hiru, he lies. Hey Kakir, really enjoyed your newest video? Me too. Wouldn't you enjoy it more if he streamed on YouTube as well? Did you guys know Kakio streams? He just doesn't tell anyone about it. He likes to do this thing where he keeps it a secret. But he streams on Twitch and just never tells anyone that he does. So only people who are very dedicated get to find his streams whenever he does it. Because he does everything short of making his stream unlisted. And he also doesn't stream at a consistent time. I will say though, Kakio's a good streamer. He has some entertaining things going on when he does stream. Yeah, he streams on blank. He streams whenever he feels like. He'll probably move over to Mixer next. Because people are starting to catch on that he's streaming on Twitch. Make some drawing tutorials on the channel. Not gonna happen. Because I'm not good at it. But yeah, Kakio, you have to make Diaper Gnome 2 Electric Boogaloo. Kakio also needs to make a video on... I forgot. There was one people asked for, and he never made it. Was it Blood Elves? I don't remember. Everyone is good at something? Yeah, I'm good at sports. I want to be good at drawing, though. I don't care about sports. I took every art elective at my gymnastics high school, and since I study the electricity program, our art class, we only saw electrical plans and stuff and not the things I wanted to draw. Oof, that sucks. I took architecture classes in high school. That ruined my love of wanting to build things. Like, I just can't enjoy Minecraft or Legos anymore because of my architecture classes in high school. It just ruined it. I don't know why. Something about doing that in a very technical sense just strips all the fun from it. Unless you're really into that kind of stuff. Secrets revealed. I'd be more surprised if he streamed on you now. He'll probably stream on X videos next. That way no one will see it. Overwatch League just announced it will broadcast on YouTube for the next couple of years. You know, I saw a lot of people like signing contracts to only stream on YouTube. And I was like, you know, technically I'm a YouTube streamer because I do it way more on YouTube. And I advertise all of the time, but only because like I have an audience on YouTube. I only tell people to do that on YouTube if they have an audience on YouTube. If you don't have an audience on YouTube and you want to start streaming, I'd say, you know, try playing the lottery too. You probably have 50-50 chances of one of those working out. That is to say, it is incredibly hard to start a stream from nothing. I don't even know if it's possible. I obviously it is, because there's some people who are only streamers and they got big. But it's so hard, like, there isn't really much you can do to get ahead rather than just taking streams super seriously and researching the hell out of it and marketing and stuff. Because I've looked into it. I'm interested in how these things are, and I have a very surface level knowledge from like a creator's point of view on how to do well with streaming, and I just don't know how to do it. Like, I don't know how new channels get discovered. One of the things people will probably say is like just be an attractive female/male, and that's not even it. Like, there's lots of attractive people who don't have audiences either. There's more to it than that. Or like just be good at video games. That doesn't work either. There's lots of people who are really good at games who don't have audiences as well. It would have to be like, you would need notoriety from something else. Like if you're really good at video games and you join a pro league, that's a good way to get people to watch your stream. Although I found most pro gamers don't have the most entertaining personalities for watching, but they are good at the game at least. Or, you know, you could have the best personality in the world, but if no one ever watches your stream, then, you know, you still need ways to get discovered. You need to market yourself. It's the people who are really good at marketing themselves. I think that's what gets them big. I don't actually know. It seems very hard to get started as a streamer. Like, I don't even know how to do it. You know, I know a whole bunch of things that have worked well for some of the big ones. I see a lot of patterns, but I don't know if those work for new streamers. It seems almost impossible. Perhaps get into contact with bigger streamers and host that way. Yeah, but then again, like, how many people are doing that? That's also like, you know, new YouTubers. They think if they can just get a shout out, that will make or break their channel. And really, it doesn't do much. If you, like, make friends with a big streamer, that could work. You know, marketing is a way to get ahead in any business. But I'm thinking of ways to get ahead without having to rely on an already established person. Like, without piggybacking on someone else's success, how do you get started as a streamer? I have no idea. Get an Asmon Bruce, you know, without relying on someone else's success. Without any help? Yes, impossible basically. See, exactly. You have to, like, you probably, if you want to get started as a streamer, spend more time networking than actually streaming. I don't think this spider exists. I'm just looking everywhere for this goddamn spider. And I don't see it anywhere. It just makes it sound like Legos is wrong and plural is Legos that are just an English thing. Legos? I mean, most people call them Legos with an S. You don't really ever talk about a singular Lego. That's just like one of those things that's always talked about in plurals, like chips. You don't ever talk about a chip. Well, I guess you do for like computer chips. Well, I mean, yeah, even that, computer chips. The plural form is the more standard one. If you stream on X videos, everyone in his community would know. Hey, I guess that's true. That'd probably be a good way for you to get some more watchers, Kakio. You see, what I've realized in the past year is that all of my knowledge on YouTube, because I used to consider myself very knowledgeable about how to succeed on YouTube, I've come to realize I'm only knowledgeable on one little niche subsect of YouTube, which doesn't apply to all the other subsects of YouTube. Like, if you want to make a gaming related top 10 channel, I'm your guy for advice. If it's anything else, though, I don't know what I'm talking about. So, you know, usually when people give advice, YouTubers and stuff, they do so from like a confirmation bias, the success bias, survivor bias. I think that's what it's called. Like the technical term for it is survivor bias. You know, hey, if you go out in the thunderstorm, you won't get hit by lightning. All you have to do is just wear like a yellow cap and you'll be good to go. It's like, that's probably not true. They probably didn't get struck by lightning because they were just lucky. But the survivorship bias tells them, you know, they did X and X, and that's why they succeeded in Y. It happens a lot for like celebrities or people who, you know, have like successful careers or jobs. They have this survivorship bias where they say, hey, I did X and Y and that succeeded, so it must work for everyone else. When it's not really true, and it's really hard to like look into yourself and see, maybe I did just get kind of lucky. Or how to replicate that success. I was able to replicate my success 2 times over, but it's not like super successful. I don't have millions of subscribers. I have hundreds of thousands, which is, you know, small time YouTubing to the general world. Hey Redx, I love watching your videos at night while winding down for bed. Man, that reminds me, like, you know, lots of people watch my videos to go to sleep. That's great. It just means more watch time for me. So I make sure my ending music is really low so that it doesn't wake people up who are trying to watch them to fall asleep. And I was watching like one of Taliesin and Evitel's videos today, and they have a really loud intro. Like do-do-do, do-do-do. It's like, holy shit. I was like, you can't watch these videos in a playlist if you want to go to sleep. So what I'm saying is you're welcome. Be charismatic and charming, be funny, entertaining to watch. Like, those are nice to have, but they're not necessary to succeed. And they're also, well, like, they're very good to have, I should say. Like, I'm not going to discount those kinds of things. Like, you know, if you're a boring, monotone person, you're probably not going to get noticed very much. But also, there are people who are boring and monotone who succeed as well. It's not necessary. But it is a huge help. You like, that should be a good baseline. There's lots of baselines you need. And even then, there's always going to be outliers who are exceptions to those rules. Sir, could you give me any streaming tips? Man, it has been a whole hour and not a single person has subbed or donated. What are all you people doing? Did you guys see that video of like the streamer girl who was yelling at her audience for not giving her money during a stream? I thought that was hilarious. Like, you can tell someone knows how to stream correctly when they're like very thankful for the stream tips and stuff they do get, because they know like they can't do that for a living. unless they have those people watching them. Like Asmongold, he's a good example. He has like probably over $1 million in the bank, and he still thanks people for like giving, you know, $1 to him, because, you know, he only has that million in the bank because of those whole bunch of micro donations. And then there's people who are just entitled and yell at their audience for not giving them money. That's funny. I find that hilarious. Mad Season stands as one of the best examples of a great YouTube tactics in the WoW sphere. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. He's a smart, business-minded fellow who jumped on a lot of trends and stuff. I stepped on a Lego brick. I stepped on Legos. That's what usually people say. They don't say Lego brick. Are you crazy? I swear there's a rare spider over here. I just can't find it. Anyways, work tomorrow. It's no gamer night for me. Oh, I have D&D tonight. So if there's going to be a gamer night tonight, it's going to be really late. Best way to grow is have a specific personality and try to get more popular games to beat big WoW streamers to the shoutouts. That's definitely a good way to go about it. It's not guaranteed. I've never tried it, but that's very solid advice. Also, a big thing, you kind of want to stick to a niche. If you're just constantly trying a bunch of new games, you're going to get new people coming in to watch you for those new games, but then they'll leave once you play something else. Like, not everybody plays all the new games that come out. So it's going to be hard to maintain a singular audience. There's very few people who can succeed in doing variety content. Like, it's generally just the big channels, and, you know, hey, there's probably a lot of big channels who do that. So it gives the illusion that it's a lot more possible than it really is, when really only the big channels can get away with variety content. You kind of have to stick to a niche if you want to grow an audience. That's what I hate about Bellier. The huge horns coming in are just extremely loud compared to his videos. Is that how his videos start? I don't know. I keep my music for people who watch my videos at night, so you guys are welcome. I look out for y'all. I watch your videos all the time when I go to sleep. Good, good. The T&E jokes would wake you with laughter. Yeah, I guess. Man, I remember when I first saw Talius and Nephitel's videos, they used so much like dad humor that it was kind of a turnoff for me. But I kept watching their videos anyway, and they got way better at it as time went on. Like, it used to be, they just had nothing but just like terrible puns. And they just one day decided to stop doing that, and they just kind of do it occasionally now. And it's much better quality show. They have a really good standard of quality, and that's kind of when they started exploded in popularity. Turns out if you make good videos, you know, people will be more likely to watch more of them. Hero, my hero, thanks for the $20 alt-tiered. Whoa, that's a big one. That's probably the most I've made from a stream in the past year. I do not make very much money from streams, to the point where it's not something I do for money. That's because I don't take streaming seriously. You know, if you take streaming seriously, I'd highly advise not running around Syrian Gorge looking for a rare spider. You want to do something that interacts with the community more. Set up events and stuff. Things that are fun to do in WoW. Things that are fun to watch. I'm not a real streamer, though. I'm a YouTuber. Which requires many hours of editing instead of trying to be funny. Thank you for coming, and we hope to see you again. That radio voice is pretty neat. I donated twice. What a terrible emoji. What? Do you feel that a lot of success comes from timing? Yes. Timing can also just be another factor of luck. But also, it's not the best, the best thing. Like, the best time to make a channel would be 10 years ago. The second best time is right now. You can't really do anything about the timing. You just kind of have to do it. Timing can definitely help, but it's not everything. Like, you still have to learn how to do YouTube correctly, and you have to try to innovate and try new things. If you stand still in the entertainment industry, then you fall behind. And if you get lucky, because you just happen to do something that's super popular at the time and grow big, then you could never learn how to do YouTube correctly and just give up. Once that type of content is no longer popular, you don't have something that's sustainable anymore. Actually, YouTube themselves, they have a video on like their YouTube creator channel. It's like 20 minutes long, and it just goes over a whole bunch of YouTube advice. And it is just full of solid, legit advice. And I was super surprised it was made by YouTube. Because I asked a whole bunch of YouTubers to give advice. And the video was like 20 minutes long, and it was just full of solid advice. And I was like, wow, this is actually a really good video. The YouTube creator channel is really good if you want more advice. I never thought I would say this about an official, YouTube channel. One made by YouTube themselves. But it was actually just full of legit advice. I was super surprised. Most streamers can only stream at most 2 games and have consistent views. There's streamers who can do 2 games? Variety streamers? Whack. I'm surprised if there's someone who can do 2 games. Like, I know this one streamer. He got really popular because of Heroes of the Storm. And he had this gimmick where he only ever played Abathur. And he got tired of Heroes of the Storm, so he tried to switch to something else. And then he got, no views. Like, nobody just watched him play. He went from having, a couple hundred people watching his streams to less than 10. And he made, this huge post about how he's not going back to Heroes of the Storm because he just doesn't like it anymore. And he doesn't have any fun. And that just killed his stream. He had a really healthy audience. And just no one cared about him playing other games. And that's not even uncommon. And then, years later, he finally went back to HOTS. because his stream just stopped growing. And it was too late. No one cared anymore. Everyone had already left his channel. And it's real sad to see. But that's kind of the reality of it. Do you still make pet videos? Not really. I would love to get back into making pet videos, but I don't have that kind of time anymore. I used to make pet videos back when I worked 7 days a week. I only work 5 days a week now. And that really restricts the amount of time I have to do extra videos like that. If you donate money, Kakio will make it. And Kakio, you mean... Yeah, Kakio, I'm not going to say anything derogatory. What's a controversial WoW opinion you have? Mine is liking Vashir. Mine would probably be, I enjoyed BFA in a whole. That would be a very controversial opinion in the WoW YouTube community. I quite enjoyed BFA. I have a lot of fun playing it. But then again, I also liked WoD. Hey Hero, what's up, Kenneth M? Do you have a day job? My day job is making videos for my 2 successful channels. Oh yeah, the Bill Cosby jokes. Not a real streamer. I'm not a real streamer. Real streamer is, a real streamer is someone who streams and actually makes money from their streams. And does it consistently and for more than 2 hours a day. I don't really... there's certain things you do in streams that incentivize donations. I purposefully don't do any of them because I use a lot of my stream footage as footage in videos, and I don't want any of those extra things on my screen. So I try to keep it as vanilla as possible. And since I get donations so infrequently, they never mess up the footage. Like, it shows up in my videos, because I use stream footage and videos all the time. But, you know, you'll notice you never actually see a donation pop up in something important. And that's because it's never a big deal, because, you know, they're so infrequent. And that's kind of a trade-off I've done. I've purposefully decided not to take streaming seriously. I don't want to be a streamer. But it is fun to do once in a while. And because of that, like, if anyone has a smaller audience than my stream, I kind of don't take them seriously if they say they were a full-time streamer. So, like, if anyone gets less than 100 concurrent video views in a stream, I immediately think, there's no way you do this full-time. You don't make enough money from less than 100 people. You know, because my average stream is like 100 to 300 people watching. Like, on my Yu-Gi-Oh channel too, if I stream over there, I get an average of 200 to 50 people, you know, per stream. The WoW channel, it's more around 100. So if anyone has less numbers than those, then I think you can't possibly be doing this full-time. But there are streamers who do stream full-time with those kinds of numbers, and it's kind of baffling. And then when you, like, look behind the scenes and how they do it, you know, they're just very smart about how they get donations and stuff. And it's like, wow, much respect to you. I feel offended over such a statement. Like, I know one guy, he's a good friend of mine. Well, actually, none of my YouTuber friends are actual friends. They're like work acquaintances, more like. I know of a Yu-Gi-Oh YouTuber who I'm friends with. He gets like I don't know, around 100 people in his stream chat on a good day. You know, not very much by my metrics. However, he has made thousands of dollars during some of his streams. You know, he's a successful streamer for having a small view count. Like, someone once donated $500 just so he could show his face, and then he's like, wow, that's great, he's gonna put the goal on his next stream, and someone donated $500 again so that he would show his face on stream. You know, he's gotten like thousands from his streams despite having a small thing. There's also other streamers who are able to accomplish similar feats. Like, it's possible, it's just really hard. And, you know, that's why I have that, like, baseline opinion. Like, I don't know if you're actually doing this full-time if you have less viewers than me. But if you are able to pull it off, then that's impressive. And you have my respect, which means nothing. You don't need my respect. You can do whatever you want. I know Brutal streams for 30 to 100 viewers, does a full-time pretty comfortable. It's impressive. Yeah, I know people can do it. And it's very impressive if you're able to do it with such a small, you know, pool of people. That's just kind of the baseline I have for it. Is the Azeroth Weather Channel really one bite? Yes. It's bite-sized news. I'm gonna get killed. A lot of hot streamers were on the same path, but most of them never came back. Yeah, like, poor guy. He had such a successful stream going. Everything was going well for him, and then he stopped because he got bored of the game, and that was the worst thing he's ever done. And then, like, his wife left him with his newborn child, and he was having financial problems, and then he went back to WoW a little bit too late. I mean, HOTS. What add-on color your enemy health bars to their classic? I saw an Alliance Rogue with yellow bars. It's one of my add-ons. I have it in my add-on videos. I don't know which one it is, though. Do you still watch pet videos? I first came across your content years ago. I make pet videos on this channel, actually. I made one in December. It's not like a PvP pet video, but it was about pets. Is procrastination common amongst YouTubers? Yes. Here's the thing about YouTubers. A lot of them are very artistic. Lots of people get into YouTube because they want to create things, you know, like me included. I like making videos. It's an enjoyable thing to me, to the point where I don't like taking vacations because I don't like not working. I have a lot of fun doing everything that involves creating the videos. Which is why I like DMing in D&D, because like setting up a game world in D&D is very similar to setting up a YouTube video. And I really like that, so I really like DMing. Something about it just appeals to me greatly. It's a very creative thing. I've always wanted to be a creative person. You know, I spent years learning how to draw, and I gave up because I was bad at it. But, you know, ended up in a creative field anyway, just making YouTube videos about clickbait top 10 shit. Which is a lot of fun, actually. So, like, a lot of people do it because, you know, they're just creative people. And creative people aren't, like, the most business-minded. They don't know how to set goals for themselves or keep on task. So a lot of them just have huge problems. You know, being creative is fun when you're spontaneous with it, but when you have to do it consistently every day, that's when it becomes a problem. It's really hard to stay on track. And, like, there's this anime airing this season. It's about, like, 3 girls who want to make their own anime, and 2 of them are artists who actually know how to draw and do everything. And the third one doesn't really care about making the anime. She just wants to do it for the money, because she thinks they actually have a chance to, like, market it, because one of the animators is also a teen model. And she's like, ooh, this will be a guaranteed sell because of one of the animators. But the 2 girls who actually know how to draw and everything are super artistic, so they never, like, stay on task, and they constantly goof off and do other things. And they don't know how to, like, stick to a single idea, and they just want to keep adding stuff to it. So the third girl, who's business-minded, is the only reason they're able to keep on track. She keeps them in line, she keeps them to deadlines, she, like, you know, tells them to stop screwing off when they're, you know, like, running off to look at a butterfly or something. And I was like, wow, this is, like, the most realistic depiction of, like, YouTubers I've seen. Like, YouTubers are like the 2 creative girls who just constantly get distracted and run off and do other things. You know, they like what they're doing, they enjoy it, but that kind of personality is also not very hard focused on doing work, because there's a lot of work that's involved in it, a lot of unfun things, and it's more fun to have all the creative ideas and then do it. But also, that same kind of personality is very prone to procrastination when you have to do it on demand. You play Yu-Gi-Oh? Yep. I have a Yu-Gi-Oh channel, the Duel Logs. To grow as a streamer, you need to find a niche in the game you play, double down. Grow as a variety streamer, you need to have tons of personality, be entertaining, to spread word of mouth. To be a variety streamer, you have to have a big channel. I think that's the biggest thing. I don't know of a single person who succeeds in variety gaming who doesn't already just have a big channel. Like, it's just not something you can do to grow with. I'm sure there's exceptions. There's always outliers. I always have to say that whenever I give, like, sweeping statements like that. I'm sure there's outliers. That's not the rule, though. Like, if you want to succeed at that, you don't want to go into variety streaming. That's a huge no-no. Vesture is super fun when you're a druid. Yeah, I bet. Because it's 600% speed. That does sound pretty fun. Do things on stream to incentivize donations, like showing cleavage? No, that's not one of them. Like, what those girls do to incentivize donations and stuff is, like, they'll get up and, like, write their names on a board or something. You know, people like it when you acknowledge their existence. Like, simply reading someone's name out when they donate is an incentive for people to donate. Because people like it when someone they like acknowledges their existence. You know, people like attention. Everybody likes attention. And if someone you like gives you attention, that's worth the money. You know, there's also the thing where people just like to look at their backsides while they get up and do it. But there's also male streamers who do something similar. It's a huge way to incentivize donations. There's also, like, showing their name on screen. Having, like, a ticker of who's donated the most. People like to get competitive with each other and see who can donate more. You know, there's definitely channels where there's donation wars that go on because they want to be the top donator. And there's more to it than that. That's like two like really basic things. All streamers know about those. I feel offended over such statement. You need to remember to say Twitch Prime. Whew. Oh, that reminds me, like, wait. Thanks for the 10 $10, Peter McGovern.
Are we getting a top 10 smelliest WoW characters?
Yes, I'll do one just for you, Peter. Whatchamacallit. I was reading an article, and it said only 3% of people who stream on Twitch are affiliates. Affiliate is like the super easy one to get. Where it lets you get a sub button, but you only get like one emote. And, that's Australian dollars? Oh, okay. I don't know all the denominations yet. You know, I rarely get donations, so, if I got more of them, I'm sure I would learn all the denominations better. Thanks for the $5, Heliodoro. Top 10 people who have donated. Probably Heliodoro for today, that's for sure. So, of all the people who stream on Twitch, only 3% of them are affiliates.
Top 10 people who have donated.
I asked Hazel how many are partnered, because she's partnered on Twitch. She's a successful Twitch streamer. Let me look up the numbers that she gave me. She said 1.2% of people are partnered as of April 2019. So 1% of people are partnered, and I'm sure everyone you watch on Twitch, you know, is partnered. That's just because you're watching the 1%. More than 90% of people who stream on Twitch have less than 5 concurrent viewers. Because getting an affiliate, like, I qualify for affiliate, and I stream like maybe once a month during my gamer night streams. It's super easy to qualify, and 90% of people can't. But it's only easy for me because I already have a built-in audience. I could probably just ask them to give me partner too because I have a big YouTube channel. But for like the normal person, it's super hard to get noticed. There's more people streaming to no one than there are people streaming to the big audiences. Anyone with like more than 100 people in their stream is, you know, part of the top 5% of streamers. You know, this current stream right now with its 218 people, top 5% of streamers. You're looking at the best of the best, and this is pretty tiny. Not someone else donated more than me. I think it keeps a track of like who's the top donator. It does, but not in this window. I'd have to open up a different window for that. Maybe it's in the raid bot? Nightbot, streamer, coming soon. It says the top chatter is Sir Welts. See top chatters. Sir Welts is the top chatter since he comes every stream and chats a lot. Regulars, spam protections. I don't know how to do this. I'm not a real streamer. These things don't apply to me. I'm just looking for a spider that doesn't spawn, apparently. Did you know Crucial is making Star Wars videos? No, he's not. I'm subscribed to his 2 channels, unless he made a new channel that's making it. I send feet pics and people donate to my stream. Man, like, if you're an attractive person and you have an audience for that, hey, go for it. You'll probably get banned, though. I don't think none of the stream sites really allow that kind of behavior. Well, some of them do. Like, you know, if you're on X video, for example, I'm sure that's par of the course. Have some Australian dollars. Thankfully, YouTube converts it to a denomination that I can use. Not someone else donated. Wait. Did I finally find the spider I'm looking for? Nope. Spider I'm looking for has a silver name. Hi, I just came home drunk. I'm eating now. I'm gonna eat your stream. Thank you for awesome videos. I love you. Why, thank you, Pontus. Hey, how's it going? How's it going, Hank002? Love your videos. Thanks to you, my hunter has a spirit pet finally. Really? Did you get the super rare one that's located in Stormwind or Orgrimmar? I think that's the last time I mentioned a spirit pet in a video. For spider powers. A rare spooter. I talk a lot here. Not more than Welts. Apparently Welts is the top talker. He made a new channel. He made another new channel? Oh goodness gracious. That's what I do too. I have a whole bunch of channels. That's a good way to go about it. It's called Darth Crucial. Hey, that's good. Whenever I see a hunter who has a broken tooth named Cat, I cry a little inside. Anything similar? Man, I have a pet named Heliodoro. I named it after my top donator. This is how you incentivize donations right here. Are you an attractive person? No. If I was an attractive person, I would show myself in videos. Like, you know, if I had an advantage, I would use it. My biggest advantage is to not let people know what I look like. That's why I don't show myself. You know, if I was good looking like Taliesin and Evitel, you can bet your ass I'd be in all my videos. Hell, even Belior is a good looking bloke. But, you know, then again, there's also exceptions to the rules. There's not good looking people who show themselves in videos. And I don't think that's a good idea. I always think, you know, they probably shouldn't. But, you know, there's also some people who, like, make it work for them. Like, that's kind of their whole thing, is that they're not good looking. Like, Boogie, for example. Send feet pics. Thank you back. So what you're saying is, to be top, I need to make top 10s of a broad and open game along with mediocre MS Paint animations for 10 years and I'll be able to do what I want and have an audience. Man, if only it was that simple. I know some people who've been doing YouTube for 10 years and don't have more than 10,000 subscribers, despite doing it consistently for 10 years. Where is Welts? He probably left because he's not a real fan. There's lots of people here. The spider has probably spawned and I just missed it because all these people took it from me. I'm gonna do one more round of all of the spawn locations and then I'm out. I'm out for the day. He sounds attractive. I can assure you I'm not. I think it's difficult in bid once you get the ball rolling it gets easier. What gets easier? Sending feet pics? Welts is the top talker wherever he goes? Yeah. Yeah, he is. He's like the top talker in Nora's chat too, I think. And probably in Kakio's as well. Stormwind Lost Griffin. Thank you. Yep, I knew it. It had to have been the Stormwind or the Raptor. Any plans for a video with all the locations of spirit pets in both Alliance and Horde zones? I'm sure there's videos out there already. Like, I'll only mention them if they kind of fit a video's topic. I don't really go out of my way to make guide videos about anything. But there's plenty of people who make guide videos about anything because making guide videos is a good way to get discovered. Because YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. Like, people use YouTube in order to search for things. And usually it's to find guides. Like, if you want to get discovered, making guide videos, good way to do it. That's how Bellier started. I bet you guys don't even know that because he's a news channel now. But no, he got started making guide videos. Like, that's how he got big in the first place. I think it's only recently that he stopped making them. And like Hazel too, her whole claim to fame is making guide videos. And then she transitioned that into a successful stream. Or you can be like Kakio and make just, really good high quality videos and then just never upload. Well, actually, if you want a good example of what not to do, let's just leave it at that. Oh, I see you're enjoying the Pickle Rick emote. When they said I could upload my own emotes, I just uploaded a whole bunch of meme ones. So obviously Pickle Rick had to be one of them. Oh man, this man calling out this self-conscious people out there on YouTube. Self-conscious? What are you talking about? Thanks for the 200 Rubio. Name I can't read. Name one of your waifus, please. That's a tough question.
Name of your waifu, please.
I don't know if I have one off the top of my head. Which anime female character appeals to me? God, I don't know. Nothing's really coming to brain. I don't know. I don't really get into those kinds of things very much. I really liked Onodera from Nisekoi, but that's kind of old. I don't know if any of y'all remember Nisekoi. I used some of his guides to get Pandaria achievements. A lot of the China vloggers have blown up crazy in the last couple of years. Probably. I don't know much about other sides of YouTube besides WoW and Yu-Gi-Oh! Same for Mad Season. He started with BL and pre-sequel videos. Did Mad Season? Oh yeah, I have seen a lot of his guides. That makes sense. I didn't even think of that. I guess Mad Season did start off with guides as well. Guides, really good way to grow. People are always looking for guides. I am like both good and bad looking, so I guess that's a half point. How can you be both good and bad looking? Like for me, if I lost some weight, I definitely look a lot better. But, I haven't. That's not how I am now. So, speaking as I am right now, I'm definitely not attractive. So it's not a good idea for me to show myself in videos. But I wouldn't go, say, half and half. It's like, ooh, I could look a lot better if X and X happened to me. It's like, no, how I am currently, that ain't gonna fly. Furries are taking the horde in retail. I need to make my furry. I mean, my Volpera. Sorry, those two words are synonymous with each other. Tell us a story, hero. If you woke up in game for one day, what would your day look like? Well, if I woke up in game one day, it would all depend on what class I am. Like, am I waking up as a hunter? Then I would probably just wait the day out, because who cares? Am I waking up as a mage? Well, I'm going to be using my invisibility spell to do some things. Am I waking up as a warlock? I'm going to see if I can summon a succubus, and that's going to be the rest of my day. Am I waking up as a monk? I'm probably not doing anything. Same for a warrior or a demon hunter or any of the other classes. Maybe a rogue? Well, I guess I'm sneaking around for the rest of the day. It all really depends on what class you are. half of the classes I'm probably not going to do anything. As little as you stream, you're really good at engaging chat. Why, thank you. I don't think I'm a good streamer. That's because I don't take it seriously. Lucy from Fairy Tale, hands down. Not half bad. Not half bad. You guys should probably give some suggestions on waifus, and I'll be like, you know what? That's probably a good one. I'd agree. Misaka, which means house in Spanish. Sylvanas. Sylvanas, you know, hey, maybe. It doesn't have to be just anime characters. Mighty Mud just does vape reviews for my massive 27 channel. Hey, I mean, whatever works for you. Nisekoi, more like Nisegay. If it's not popping in your head instantly, that means you're a sane person. Keep it up. I'm sure there's someone who I like more than other virtual anime girls. I just don't have one off the top of my head. $200 to get attention. 2004 to get attention. What? I thought my low number of subs, 193, were low. Man, I have a channel with only 100 and something subscribers too. I know the pain. Hero of Fupa Lord? What's a Fupa again? I was just thinking about making a guide video for 8.3 achievements. Do it, Welts. That's a good way to get noticed. Good looking, depending on who's looking at you. I mean, I go based on, like, conventional attractiveness. Like, there's definitely people who find me, I guess, okay. I don't know. Like, if you like someone's personality enough, you'll also kind of, like, adapt your taste for that person as well. Like, if you just have really good chemistry with someone, and their kind of body is okay to you, then you'll probably find them the most attractive person in the world. Or, you know, if you don't find them particularly attractive, but you like their personality a lot, then that's not going to really matter to you. But based on conventional attractiveness, like, you know, I'm not going to be modeling in any magazines anytime soon. That's the kind of metric I use. You kind of have to be a little bit narcissistic about it in order to get more general views on these types of things. Like, I know there's a huge... I don't know if I should talk about this. Like, I have a friend who's really into this community of people, and they have this one thing, like, it's a really nice and positive community, but it has this one little feature where they post pictures of themselves, and they get nothing but positive feedback to each other, despite the fact that many of these people who are, like, posting pictures are not conventionally attractive. And so, like, they post a selfie of themselves, and they get tons of positive feedback, and then they start posting those selfies as if they are conventionally attractive, and it seems a little delusional. But, you know, it's just all in positivity and good self-esteem and stuff. It's not hurting anyone. It does come across as a little delusional, though. I aspire to not be delusional at all. You know, just because I don't consider myself conventionally attractive doesn't mean I hate myself either. I quite like myself a lot. To a degree where I need to, like, keep it in check. Otherwise, I'll just be a delusional maniac who thinks he's the best person in the world. You know, if you have a high ego, you kind of have to constantly keep it in check. Otherwise, you'll become insufferable. That's my biggest concern. Not whether or not I have low self-esteem because of how I look. Ban from 7 Deadly Sins is my husbando. Ban? That's a good choice. Ban is great. Any of the demon girls from High School DxD? I've never seen High School DxD. I should probably watch it. It is a staple of anime plate cleansing. I had a crush on Babes Bunny from Looney Tunes when I was a kid. Finally caught a live stream. Hello there, Michael Spencer. I'm probably going to be ending my stream pretty soon, Because I'm just looking for a spider who obviously doesn't exist. I recently found a small WoW YouTuber subscribers, but I found out that I really like his channel. Gear Gaming? Oh, God. That reminds me. Like, there was a Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTuber who made a Twitter post who was basically saying, like, hey, a whole bunch of small, do you know of any small Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTube channels that are, like, hidden gems? If so, send them my way. So, obviously with those kinds of things, lots of people sent him their own channels. So I was curious too, because I regularly look at small WoW channels, and there's tons of small little hidden gems. Like, there's lots of really high quality small WoW channels. So I had high expectations. So I looked through all of them, like all 20 to 30 small Yu-Gi-Oh! Channels, and not a single one of them was good. They were all just terrible. And I was so surprised because I'm so used to finding just like diamonds in the rough when it comes to WoW channels. There's so many good small channels, and not a single one of those small Yu-Gi-Oh! Channels was good. And that just surprised me, and I just like was so shocked. The standard of quality on the WoW side is just higher. And I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense. They're both nerd games. I guess one of them is a card game and the other is a video game. So I guess the standard of quality is easier to record game footage than it is to record cards. I don't know, but every single channel just had nothing but low quality, low effort videos. Low quality videos meaning like, filmed on an iPhone but not very well. Low effort meaning non-scripted videos where they just talk about random bullshit. That's all it was. That's all I saw, was just low effort, low quality videos. On the WoW side, though, you have like the small machinima creators, people who make guide videos and stuff. They put real effort into scripting and editing their videos and everything. So there's lots of good small WoW channels, and I didn't see a single good small Yu-Gi-Oh! Channel. There are good small Yu-Gi-Oh! Channels. Like, I know of a really good one that only has like 15,000 subscribers. That's not the kind of small I'm talking about, though. I meant like, less than 100. Anyways, that just reminded me of that. The strongest thing to do is love yourself while accepting exactly who you are. Then that's me to a T. It sounds like you just described who I am. Same thing as all those chicks with photo filters. They start believing they're hot. Yeah, I don't think it's good to be delusional. Some people can't have a high self-esteem without being delusional, though. So, like, whatever. If it works for them, it works for them. Well, looks always fade with age anyway, so date someone who's personally like you, because in 40 years she's gonna be ugly. I mean, not unless you find someone new in 40 years. You never know, Gear Gaming sounds vaguely familiar. He sends his channel. Small doesn't matter, it's how you use it. That's true. High school D&D, really good. But it really borders on softcore anime. Yeah, I know what High School DxD is. I've never seen it, but it is very popular in the anime community, and I feel like I'm missing out by not watching it. It just doesn't really appeal to me. I used to watch Simply Unlucky like 5 years ago. Simply Unlucky is the biggest Yu-Gi-Oh! YouTuber, I think. Peace out, hero. Have a good day. Bye, chat. See ya, Peter McGovern. I'm going to be leaving, too. Kakyo should accept that he's a furry, then. Yeah, he should. Everyone should do uwu in chat for Kakyo. If you get back to looking for Rectilic, you might want to look around the Black Car Cave, bottom left corner of the map, if you don't see the spiner anywhere else. Bottom corner of the map. I mean, that's not one of his spawn locations, though. I guess I can try it out. I have like this Wowhead thing open in my third monitor that shows his spawn locations. That's what I was circling around with. I'm probably just going to give up on it. I don't need it. A quote from RuPaul, the drag queen: if you don't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love someone else? Are you going to... I mean, that's true. Like, no one loves me more than I love myself. And that's how it should be for everyone. It's sad, uwu, kakio. Alright, gotta go to sleep, so bye-bye. See ya. Okay, goodbye everyone, until next week. Blah, blah, blah.